were much better than the plastic chair prepared for the president. With this rare opportunity to meet the longtime president of Libya, showering him with praise, the elders presented their proposals to the king. With every tribe represented here, the elders crowned Muammar Gaddafi the King of Africa. President Gaddafi then delved into his pet subject of the United States of Africa. He maintains that Africa will only get recognition if it unites as one big bloc.
We must have the continental government or the union government in Africa. We must have the defense minister for Africa. We must have one African army to defend Africa.
He, however, blamed politicians for not playing a vital role in development and citing them as the biggest stumbling block to a united Africa. Gaddafi says situations like the Kenyan post-election violence and the impending separation of Sudan could be avoided if Africa united to be one state.
Most of them now, they are thinking about elections, how to win elections, how to deceive the people so that they get the people voting for them to become presidents, and how they can be in office as many years as possible, or how much money he can collect or they can collect for himself, for his own family. We want the authority to be in the hands of the people.
The elders, are respected in the grassroots. And some of them are right deep down, where even some of the MPs cannot reach. And our MPs are also very busy in Parliament, as you can see, the new constitution. And so the whole purpose is that delegation. You delegate to many angles so as to bring an end to that outright poverty which exists down there.
Long live Gaddafi! Long live King of Kings of Africa!
It is a mission many will live to remember, a humbling experience to the many of the elders who travel out of the country for the first time.
World peace and cooperation between states. We need to move on from this terrible past to open a new era of cooperation and friendship, to be able to apologize for what happened and compensate people who suffered from the colonial era. And that's what's happened. There've been apologies and compensation has been agreed upon. We can't do better than that.
But we noticed from your visit to Italy that you had attached to your lapel the photo of Omar al-Mukhtar, the Libyan national hero who was executed by Italian colonial authorities. That gesture was perceived as provocative. What did you mean by such a move? That's for people to interpret as they wish. In Rome, journalists asked the same question. And I replied by saying, "And why do you wear the cross?"
But let me pause and tell you something. African heads of state are naive. Some African heads of state are naive. Take the case of our some of our Francophone African heads of state. Even the OAU, when they are going there, I'm trying to propound something. When they are going to the OAU, they will pass to France to ask for permission. They go there. Permit me to dramatize before television. Monsieur le Président, je suis venu. Nous sommes en train de partir pour l'organisation africaine de l'unité. Si j'arrive, qu'est-ce qu'il faut que j'en dise? Mr. President, we are going to the OAU. So I've come to ask for permission. If I go there, what question should I ask and not ask? And that is the naivety of African heads of state. Why am I saying this thing, Madam? Madam, because Gaddafi had been more or less made an enemy of the Western world, including America. So even Gaddafi's contribution to the birth of the African Union is marginalized, is neglected. Through our permutations and combinations of African Union, we cannot and we should not marginalize the big brother, the late brother, Muammar al-Gaddafi. Look it. Today, we are August. Is it 13th or 12th August today? Here, AU, 60% of the AU contribution is from outside. But when Gaddafi was there, Gaddafi took over 60%. If I, an academic, an intellectual in Ghana here, wanting to have consultation with my academic friend in Togo, Togo just here, I have to pass my telephone conversation to Paris before Paris can then give the okay. But the Telsat, Gaddafi haven't established Telsat and paid money. Why? Because the colonial masters used to take 500 million, I insist, $500 million a year to give us go ahead to have conversation with our brothers. But Gaddafi took over the bill. Gaddafi put his Pan-African shoes in the shoes of the late Nkrumah. Why? In the sense that all that Nkrumah proposed in the birth of the United States of Africa, Gaddafi wanted to continue with that. And indeed, if Gaddafi had succeeded in doing that, France alone would have lost revenue. So, madam, that is the situation. Why we cannot forget, Muammar Gaddafi. And then,